And alrighty, folky dokes, we are back live once again, and we're continuing along with our playthrough of No Man's Sky. So, hey there, hi there, ho there, duders and dudettes, welcome back, and a fine welcome to you if you're new to the broadcast. We are happy to have you along for the ride. And where that ride currently sees us is finally done with the arduous task of trying to procure our first living ship. It took about 5 long days, but we got it done, and yep, wouldn't you know, it is what it is. It'll remain in our fleet as we slowly begin to build her up, but that brings us back to our usual broadcast styles of going around and finding Sentinel ships, of which we start right off with a nice little vulture style, and we're going to give you the portal address and show her off. So to begin, we have the hot air balloon, which is glyph number 6, followed by the moon over the waves, which would be glyph number 1. Now the hot air balloon would be followed by the TP, which is glyph number 13, followed by the Triforce, glyph number 16, and we get a rocket ship, glyph number 14, and we get another hot air balloon, which would be 6, followed by back-to-back Loch Ness monsters, those are glyph number 4. We get another moon over the waves, again glyph number 1, followed by the Dragonfly, glyph number 9. There you go. So now, let's check her out. It is a nifty black and blue variety. As I said, it's got the vulture wings on it. Actually, looks a little bit more spiffier than Agent Venom. A bit more symmetrical, a bit more sleek. It starts off as an A class, so we done threw down a communication ball for you. So this one may stay in the fleet for the time being. Definitely gonna need to build it up with some upgrades. That's what it looks like on the ground floor. The only difference that I can see with the vulture, with the Agent Venom over here, is I like the wings have the color. Where's that one? It's a little less blue, a whole lot more black. The regular wings are a bit different. As we can see, we get the thrusters on the side on this bad boy. That one did not have that. Definitely a nifty little contraption we just found there, so that's cool. I didn't go the harmonic camp route on that planet, so there will not be one marked for you. That I leave up to you. We tried to do a little resonant dissonant, or dissonant, whatever the fuck they are, the ones that give you the inverted mirrors. There weren't many of them, so my goal was to try to farm some echolocators. And when that got frustrated, I just took out 5 waves of corrupted sentinels, and that's what led us to that bad boy. But as I have stated, there is a communication ball right at the ship, so we'll be directly navigated there. But that is going to do it for this system. Aside from the fact that we're going to swing by the space station, hit up the guilds, see what we're looking at for fleet space, and then we'll go from there. Oh boy, yes, that whole marathon process with the living ship did not pan out to leave me with a smile on my face. Nothing really unique about it aside from the visualization. Aside from brand new names, it's got all the same old shit on it. You got your warp drive, your pulse drive, your shields. two different guns. We haven't tried it out in a space battle, but again, it is not up to snuff, so... hopefully after a couple of days of frigate missions, we'll get some more upgrades for it. Maybe we can feature it in a freighted battle or two. As I had stockpiled a bunch of upgrades, but didn't really have too many S classes. A whole lot of B's and C's, you know. We put them in just to, for the sake of doing so, but some free nanites. But it is nowhere on par with the Franken Beans or Agent Venom, so certainly don't want to frustrate myself. Here's another question. I don't believe you can buy upgrades for it from these guys right here. But I haven't looked since we acquired the ship, so maybe they'll have added them in. It would appear not. Yeah, no. So the only way you're going to get upgrades that I'm aware of is through frigate expeditions. And you'll need to utilize living frigates on those missions in order to get the upgrades. You'll get psionic eggs, and occasionally, very infrequently, you'll get little sack things you can use. We don't need to purchase anything from you. As always, I like to swing by, see what they got for multi-tools. Nothing fancy, so we won't be purchasing anything. Speaking of, I want to move these down here so everything's in its happy place. I don't think we need the proto sausage. We have plenty in our nutrient processor. And aside from that, everything's fine where it be. And now the next thing that we need to worry about is start filling this up. I need to get pulse spitter upgrades, so we should actually swing on by the multi-tool vendor and see what he's got in store. This multi-tool is more fashioned for scan. I do have the... yeah, you don't have anything for the... well, you got an A class, but we don't really need that. Holding off for us. But it gets an increased and insane amount of units per scan. Well over 500,000 for the creatures, and about 70,000 for mineral and foliage. But our Sentinel rifle is definitely what we use for a means of attack. So that thing just shreds anything that gets in our way. But another thing we could possibly get around to in this installment, because we have plenty of them, is we could craft up a couple of staffs with the autophages at our next dissonant planet. I'm just trying to spare myself the aggravation of just floating around. I didn't see anything. There you go. It's a little wonky. It didn't have a conflict level, but it is an occupied system. Barring a weird planet, should hopefully have ships here. Oh, we got a freighter battle. gonna call an off freighter after this. I want to get rid of this son of a bitch. He just gets in the way. I keep talking about it and forget. Fucking head-on collision. Thanks for making it easy there, buddy. License and registration, you drunk prick. We got 2 more to go. 3 more to go. They're hanging out over here. Why do they keep crashing into me? What the fuck's going on here? Ah. Here you are. I'm afraid of having a death wish, but goddamn. I hate when there's multiple other ships. It's very distracting trying to find out where the hell they went. Oh, hey, buddy. You get a cargo upgrade for us? Where, oh where? Oh, did we just get shafted? I think we just got totally shafted. I don't give a damn about that. Where's the freighter I need to go land on? Speak to the captain. Yeah, I would love to do that. This happened to us before. It glitched and it told us we had to go to a different system. And then we did, and it didn't lead to anything. Where is the freighter which we need to land on? Speak to the captain. Make your way to the bridge and speak to the captain. Yeah, I would love to, but I need to be directed to which fucking freighter I gotta go on to. Good lord. Fuck it, we'll just play the guessing game and hope we find the right one. If not, we are in a Gex system, and they do not like us, so I will gladly just shoot all these things to smithereens. I have no problem doing that, too. Might be this one. I guess not. In a pineapple under the sea. Oh, this is just fucking obnoxious. Which has been the going rate with this game the past couple days. Yeah, I think we just totally got the fucking shaft here. Can we land on you? And we have a B-class freighter. You don't look like the guy that contacted us. Nope, this is not the one. Alright, so, you know what, we just got shafted. I'm not gonna dick around trying to figure out which one's the right one to land on. Good job, Cam. Appreciate it. Finding bugs left and right, like for our freighter. We installed the atmospheric devices, and they've been glitching on us. Again. Oh, go fuck yourself. Go. I'm gonna hop on there right now and have a look. We might actually have expeditions that we need to address real quick. And we also need to swing on by the space station. There's a new jalopy. This one needs to get sold. Hideous looking thing. We have a couple. Let's see. Well, we got one expedition back. The other one's probably another hour away. But that obnoxious noise you hear up there is what I was just talking about, the atmospheric devices. But yeah, we had 7 going. They were all working perfectly fine. I added 3 more, and they don't seem to be doing dick all the shit. And that's absolutely aggravating. I would like to see if that is still the case, or if it figured out its bullshit. Alright, we're 2 for 2. Better when we get to the end of the hallway here. Truth, I really don't even need these. It's the nitrogen I need mostly, so I'm not going to bother taking that out. This one usually works. As you can see, we got 1 nitrogen in there. It's the 3 beyond this one that have not been doing what they're supposed to do. Let's see what happens here. Nope, they're working now. Okay, cool. So we just needed to move it on out of the system we had it in. Or not. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something for you to fix. Hello, games. So, these things working whenever the fuck they want it was kind of problematic. Very off-putting. We don't need to gather up any of our stock here, except for the nip buds. We'll grab those. So we can actually go into our storage. Sell them all off now. Usually like to get a good stack before I go to the trader with them. Always good for a couple million units. All the other stuff I'm not really too concerned with. We did a bunch of crafting earlier. Again, speaking of units, if we go into there, we can get our nip buds. That's all going to go into the starship. There we go. As we can see, well, we went through a bunch of stuff. Probably need to get that stockpile back up. Now, I don't think I'm going to wind up doing much more crafting. Like I said, once we finish the living ship, I was going to move on to Everspace 2. We will come back to this game every now and again, especially when they add new updates, but not really too uppity on... This is where I was looking for. The stasis devices and the fusion igniters. Both valued at the same price. We get 2 full stacks of each, which is 312 units, give or take the plus and negative of the system use element. That's my rainy day fund right there. That's 724 million units when we crack into it. I got a bunch of other stuff already crafted and ready to go. Don't have all the others I need. These are required in the process, so you'll want to have some iridescite and geodescite, and it's not letting me go in. Let's do this. If we go here, yeah, you're gonna need quantum processes and cryogenic chambers. If you hover over this, quantum processor, cryogenic chambers, and iridescite. So these are kind of a pain in the ass to get up to. So you kind of want to build up your stockpile before you go for the stasis devices and stuff. But if you're early on and you're hurting on units, that's definitely a damn good way of getting about building up your finances. This needs to go into storage. This needs to go into the stash. Yep. Here we go. Actually, I might as well, since we're here. So what these are good for is these little doohickeys. When you send out your frigates on their expeditions, you can use these to knock down 10% worth of the time that you would have to wait for it. But you need 2 quad servos and gold for each of them. As we just saw, we got more than enough quad servos. Get ourselves a full stack. And look at that, we still got 63 left over. Life is good. Might as well cash you in since we're here. Nitrogen salt, lemium, we got a psychonic egg. The longer the mission, the better you're gonna be in getting the psychonic eggs. Sometimes I've gotten 2. I don't think I've ever gotten any more than that on an expedition. That frees up 2 slots. We got this refreshed, so we'll send out 2 more. Wow, most of them are pretty quick. Alright, we'll go with the 5.5-hour one. This is likely going to be the last stream of the evening, so we can cash these out when we come back tomorrow. And there's our organic. So I prefer to use them on the longer missions. Like I said, better your odds of getting psychonic eggs. Point out. So right now it would be 5.5 hours, but if we were to put one of these on, it drops it a half an hour. Now it's just under 5. I'm not going to put any more on there. Just wanted to showcase what the hell I was talking about. And we'll go with the 2.5-hour one. I'm not really concerned with what we send out here. I do try to balance it out a little bit. As long as this is higher than this, you're usually going to be alright. Next up, let's get rid of Chucklehead that kept getting in front of us. You've been demoted, sir. But yeah, no, squad members don't really do dick all that shit for you, except just get in the way. I mean, occasionally they'll block some shots. They're not going to do much damage. I mean, I suppose one benefit would be, like, if you take the shields down and they keep hitting them, they don't get a chance to replenish their shields. But really, end of the day, like, that's not really much of a benefit. So I wasn't sold on them. Maybe others will feel differently. Feel free to sound off in the comments and tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Doink. Jesus, get off the thing. Thank you. Fucking hell. Contemplating just shooting the ever-loving shit out of these guys. We are in a GEC system, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think it's worth the aggravation. Oh, good lord. This is not a good space station. This is a abandoned space station. So we ain't sticking around here. You know what? Change my mind. Want to chip me on my reward? This is what you get. Oh, there's the health back. Delayed reaction. I mean, sometimes you'll luck out and get salvage frigate modules. You're always going to get an upgrade when you defeat the frigate. Don't really need anymore. We got a full stack of those already. If you had honored the deal, I wouldn't be doing this, but you guys chipped me on the payment. What you fucking deserve. Where the hell are these even coming from? See no turrets. Oh wait, shit, my storage is jacked up. Fuck. You need to go into the exosuit. Otherwise, we ain't gonna be getting our fucking payment. Unless it goes into the exosuit, I got no idea. I don't think it does. Just move these back. Sons of bitches. We got a fucking chance. Oh, there's the freighter we were supposed to go on. Maybe. No, that's the freighter we did go on. Good shit. It's good for a frigate module. No? I saw it on the thing. It's a salvage frigate module. There it is. Good job. And believe it or not, that's me putting it in reverse. Yet another gripe I have with this fucking game. This is how little consequence I feel like you could take it like a champ while I do my fucking inventory. Oh, yep, I'm right line. I heard me talking shit. Surgically precise. Got them all. What did we win? Salvage. Salvage fleet beacon. Y'all are shooting your own ships at this point. Good job. Where is Sentinel ships? We're coming to you next. How is this not doing any damage to this thing? Alright, we'll take you down. Nice try. Why are we not hitting the turret? There you go. I have 3 Sentinel ships on my ass right now. More things shooting at me. How is this thing not dead yet? Fuck's sake. Where are they? see if we got to go into the menu. Will you fucking die? There you go. That's something good. Salvage hyperdrive upgrade. Well, we don't need that either. Alright, let's finish this puppy off. Where are those Sentinel ships? Oh, you chuckle bucket, come on. Lucky prick. It would appear your luck has run out. Get on. Asteroids. Right directly into the sun. That's not going to make this enjoyable. Oh, sweet. Thanks for staying away with that. Appreciate it. Y'all are thoughtful. Actually hit the damn thing. There we go. We're at the Sentinel ships. Oh, before we lose our shields. Fuck it. Alright, let's just finish you up. Replenish my shields. Thank you. Still pretty much convinced the Franken Beans is the far better assault vehicle that we have. That would have been done about 5 minutes ago. There you go. Yay. Alright, and ooh, we definitely need to go unload some of this shit. We probably just missed a whole bunch of stuff. That carrier Avi went into our exosuit because we already have a stack there. was thinking we had enough inventory space. Silly me. Okay. So we have 10 of those. I don't think we got any extras. I started stockpiling these because we were having very little luck getting echolocators. So I figured the next best thing. Nah. Dude, seriously? There's no way. I was gonna say. We gotta be negative again. There's no way. Negative 76. What a shock. The Viking and the Codex like us a hell of a lot, so that's okay. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Oh, look, they added the autophage down here, too. We are an ambassador. Quite fluent. We have 349 words. Pretty much everything is maxed out. We did that damn quick, too. Radiant shots. That's all? I could have sworn we've gotten a hell of a lot more than that. Anywho, I wanted to see... Yep, we lost the freighter icon, so I don't think we're going to be getting paid. Hostile deck rank. Competitor. Rival. Asshole. No? They're not that mad at us? Okay. Well, as we learned, the space station here is not viable to go sell our nip-nip buds, but I don't think we checked out the distant planet, so let's see if we can't find that sucker. And I'd be absolutely disappointed to find that there isn't a Sentinel ship on it. Who better than Quagmire? Where the fuck is the planet? Let's take a look usually when this happens. Alright, we got 2 more that we have yet to scan, so it's gotta be one here. Let's zoom out and get a better look. Oh, we're gonna get back. Hopefully not. He got way too much nip-nip buds on us. Oh, sweet. We passed. Nope and nope. Big giant turd in space. Where in the bloody hell are these other planets? I don't believe that's one. Alright, so let's... Wait. I think I just saw a planet over here. Do we see it? Get this one. Be the one we're looking for. You fuck. Alright, so now we're gonna find the last one that we have yet to scan. Could be anywhere. You don't look like one we've scanned. Ah, that's the Quagmire planet. Not you the one? Hey. And of course, planetary what the fuck did that just say? Anomaly. That doesn't sound promising. Emerald, ammonia, cobalt, and a dissonant detected. Another way for us to have figured this out before even trying to find the planet is we could have used this. Let's see. Better late than never. Corrupted energy spike located. Investigate the distance field to salvage advanced Sentinel technology. And that just led me to my next quandary. Do we even have space for a new ship? We won't be able to find out till we get topside. I'd like to think we have at least room for one more. I have not been keeping track, so I could be wrong. Is the game good now? It's considerably good. I just started playing it about a month and a half ago, so I don't know how bad it once was. I have gotten well over 350 hours of enjoyment out of it. But I've kind of run my course with it because we sped through a lot of shit. But I did also see a content creator saying that he's got a good speculation there should be an update coming up, maybe at the start of next month. Hopefully with some expedition, because the orbital update did not have one. So I'm sure once they add that, or add the ability to go back to the previous ones, I'll probably come back and blast through those. But I'm kind of wrapping up my playthrough with it. I'm going to start playing a game called Everspace 2, which is pretty similar. You don't go like planet exploring, but a lot of space combat. Played the first one, that was quite well. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the game. It's got its glitches and things that just tend to screw up here and there. One of which I was pointing out a little bit earlier on our freighter. But I mean, nothing that just like kills the game or anything. But I think the main story, which I mean, if you can call it that, there's really no end to it. That lasted us quite some time, going around and gathering up like the different types of multi-tools that they have. That added quite a few hours. And then we got a whole bunch of new ships. The past couple of days we've been going after the living ship, which I would not recommend. It works pretty much like all the other ships, but you have to like jump through a whole bunch of hurdles to get the fucking thing, and just it wound up being a huge aggravation. I mean, they're cool looking. I'll bring it up. Show it off. But other than like visually, like there's nothing different than the other ships that you can drive around in. All the parts have like different names, but they all act the same. But yeah, it took us 5 long, boring days going through all the processes to get this thing. Whereas with these ships, all you gotta do is basically hop a system and get it within an hour, not even. And they look a hell of a lot cooler. There's a lot more variety to them. And you can sell them off for a decent chunk of change. Get your units up right quick. This is a C class, so this is going to be getting scrapped, which is a shame. This is actually the first purple ship we've come across. Quite a lot of yellow ones. Those went straight to the scrap heap. But I mean, for the fact that I got the game for $30 and I got well over 300 hours without running into like repetitious shit, I think it's worth it. But it all depends on what you're looking for from the game. Like, I mean, I'm more of an all-arounder. But like some people really like the base building aspect of it. A lot of people like the exploration part of it, ship hunting, space battles. So it has a lot to offer. But like I said, after 300 some odd hours, you're gonna start just running into like it feeling repetitious and running its course. But I've played a lot worse games. The exploring, definitely up there. The ship battles, it's fun at the start, but after a while it just gets pretty repetitive. Especially like once you've maxed out all your upgrades on your ships and shit, which is another reason why I keep bouncing around. I'm trying to get like a full fleet. So you can carry up to 12 different ships. I'm not throwing in the towel, Jamie. I already explained to you. I was going to do the living ship and then move on to Everspace 2. And then come on back every now and again. Don't act surprised. But, oh, the thing I got the most enjoyment out of was hunting these ships down. Because like I said, like the variety, it's endless. Between like the different colors that you can find, the different styles, like the one that we've been riding around in for the majority of this week. I like the wing style of it, but they're few and far between. These ones are just kind of goofy ass looking, but you never know what you're gonna get, so you know, jumping around system to system, finding new ones, it's pretty satisfying. But like I said, the other people, like they prefer the base building aspect. Like you can build underwater, you can glitch the system and build them up in the sky. You just go to town, spend days on end building stuff. But I mean, that's something I'd give a shot to down the road, but like right now I'm really not interested in it. This game does have multiplayer. I've yet to use it because when I bought this, I knew I was going to be playing it for a while, so I let my PlayStation Plus subscription lapse. And I require that in order to do multiplayer, but it does have the function. I can't speak from experience about it, to be honest with you. But one content creator I was just watching, a whole bunch of them, because there's another game this company's making called Light No Fire, which is basically just, it's kind of like an RPG based on one planet. So they set up in the same vein as how that game's gonna be. Like they set up factions with the caveat that nobody can use spaceships. They all have to stay on the same planet. And that's required multiplayer. So, I mean, in order to pull that off, like, I guess, you know, that's one aspect of it. But, I mean, you can go around, like, another person I was watching, like, it was like a group of 4 of them, but they were all on 4 different planets at once, but they were still able to communicate through the headsets and shit. But, like I said, I don't have the functionality to play on multiplayer, so I don't have any hands-on experience with it to say whether or not it's hit or miss. Where? There you are. But I mean, if you're down for like the Sentinel ship hunting, you're gonna have endless hours of content to play with because there's far too many till you run the course of all the ship types you can get. Plus, there's 256 galaxies, which equate to, I think the count was like 15 trillion different planets in the fucking game. So if exploration is your thing, yeah, some of the planets will get a little repetitious, but I mean, you're never going to run out of new planets to go scope out. So like I said, I got it on sale. I think it was half off, like $30. I don't know if it still is, but I know like when they go to put out the updates, usually right before they'll drop the price down. So if it is back to full price, I mean, if you're iffy on it, I'd say hold off until it goes on sale again. But even at full price, I mean, it's worth it. But I will give the disclaimer that starting off will be a little frustrating. There's a lot to undertake, a lot to start figuring out. So it can be a little overwhelming at first, but sticking with it, like it all becomes understandable sooner than later. And there's plenty of content creators out there with all sorts of like techniques, approaches, ways to go about shit. So I mean, if you ever get lost, like there's plenty of information out there to help you along the way. But as Jamie knows, because he's been with us for most of the ride here, I like to figure it all out on my own. I just find it more satisfying instead of just having the answers handed to me. But I mean, it's easy enough to figure it out. But it's just getting past the first fucking couple hours of like getting the learning curve under your belt, figuring out the mechanics and shit, and then it all just becomes second nature. But as far as Everspace 2, we've discussed this. That was another ship. What the fuck was that?
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
I got no idea. No, it's pretty much like this, except you don't go exploring different planets. There's different galaxies and shit that you go into, but it's more space combat based than exploration. Go. Not bad cargo for a C-class. You're gonna have to upgrade the technology. I don't want to put a communication ball down here just because I don't want to lead people to a fucking C-class. I'd feel like a dick. So... well, like I said, we're going to be starting it tomorrow, more than likely. I just wanted to finish off the living ship. So that was really the last big thing we had left to do until they release new stuff. I almost started it tonight, but I wound up finding a vulture ship, so I decided to put up the coordinates. And I've just been going since. Probably go for another couple of minutes. I do need to go to a space station. I'm not really sold on this. I hate the friggin' bulbous backside to it. But again, the color's not too bad. And we can pop it up and see what it looks like in the sky. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference. Nope, it didn't transform all that much. Looks like a short bus. Certainly not as cool as the one we're riding in. Yeah, I guess that would be a more PC way of referring to it as. Calling it a short bus might offend some people. Stand by it though, I don't give a fuck. Alright, Jesus. Yeah, see, that's just so much cooler. Alright, how many echolocators do we have? We have one in the ship. How do I only have... oh, we have 11 in the ship, okay. Alright. I don't want to waste it, though. I really don't think anybody that watches is going to be disappointed they can't find this ship, but, well, you know, if you want to find it on your own, feel free. I'm not going through the process. We will give you the name. That would be on planet Albuquerque. Arkek Gesundheit Moots. which is in the Rekhara system. And that is in the Hilbert Dimension Galaxy. So, there's some of the directions for you, but as for portal glyphs, fuck you. You're asking too damn much. But actually, it's not too far from the other planet that I provided the portal glyphs for, so you're not too far off. It's not like trying to throw a hot dog down a hallway and hoping you reach the end. Anywho, we need to get to a space station that is actually inhabited by people, so I can sell all this fucking nip buds off. So I want to go to another dissonant system, but I was hoping not to go to a GEC, because they don't like us right now. But whatever. If I gotta take a soaking, I gotta take a soaking. My frigates are on a mission, yes. I have no idea where I left my frigate. It's somewhere out there. I had it at the mold farm. Because I was getting nitrogen deposits, but then I moved it. Now I gotta find another red system to get back to farming that shit. There's gold in them dire hills. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Actually, you know what? I could call it in right now. Let's do that. So I can use that to scan all those stars. Yeah, I would have came back earlier. But when I went out for a cigarette, I don't know if she lives here or she doesn't, but this lady came up and she absolutely irritated the fuck out of me. So I didn't want to come back in that frame of mind. So I took a bit of a nap to relax and de-stress. Because that was the whole purpose of going out for a smoke, was to de-stress a little bit. And all it did was piss me off further. That's been the going rate. Where I currently stay, or live right now, has been going downhill consistently for the past, like, year and a half. Whole lot of riffraff, whole lot of freeloaders. We've had some transients sleeping in the fucking stairwells. Cops are here every fucking day. Now there's like a nightly security guard that chills in the fucking foyer. Ooh, solar ship. Whereas when I first moved in here about 4 years ago, none of that shit was the case. But management changed halfway through, and with it, so did some of their discretion. What is next? Yeah, I just went to the guild. And it's like every time I go out there, it's a new face. Got a cigarette? Got fuck it, the other day. Hey man, you got $3 so I can go get a hamburger at the McDonald's that is closed right now because it's 1 in the fucking morning? Then when I was coming in fucking earlier today, hey man, you got a dustpan and broom? I'm like, well, that's just fucking weird, but no, I can't say that I do. Because it was the type of person I do, like, if I was nice about it, I would never see my dustpan and broom ever fucking again. Oh yeah, I'll bring it right back. Never to be seen again. I don't mind it, but it's like initially there was just this one guy, we call him Lurch. He's got just an aura about him that screams scumbag. Every time, like, and it's never like, oh, hey buddy, how's it going? Or, hey, do you mind if can you do me a favor? It's just, no, gotta smoke? Nope. And just walks away. No other words are said. It was like every fucking time I saw him. Gotta smoke? Nope. So finally I was just like, do you know my name? Nope. Then we are not friends. Stop fucking asking me for favors. I have played Days Gone through and through. I got the Platinum Trophy on it. I highly recommend it. Again, if you've got PlayStation and you've got PlayStation Plus, it should be free in the extra catalog. But story kind of goes on and on and on. It's not bad, but they could have done a much better job of it. Like, my only gripe is, like, all the main characters, you never feel like anybody's in jeopardy. And with games such as, like, Days Gone, like, hordes and hordes of zombies, you would think that, like, that would be, like, the most, prevalent fucking aspect of the story. But I mean, it's worthwhile. Like, the story was captivating enough my first time through. And then there's challenge modes. Oh, gameplay wise, dude, it's fucking on point, dude. Especially like the challenge mode. There's a couple different varieties. Some are based on like riding around on a motorcycle. There's one that's I don't know if you ever played like Simpsons Hit and Run or Crazy Taxi. It's kind of pretty much on par with that, but with a golf cart. It's actually kind of fun. Then there's like horde-based ones, and stealth ones. So there's quite a good variety with those. Those alone will occupy you for quite some time. I recommend doing those before going into the campaign, because you're not gonna get like the highest medals for them, but when you get like the bronze medal, you'll get character bonuses for the main campaign. So the earlier that you unlock those, the easier your run is going to be. It's not necessary, but I just personally, I recommend it, because it just, like, especially like the bike upgrade ones will be so much helpful, because early in the game, like, your gas meter goes down way too quick, your bike takes far too much damage too easily, but when you get those little upgrade boosts, fucking, it makes it a little bit more tolerable. We need to sell ships. That's what we're doing here. I'm like walking around trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. But no, totally. Like, dude, I spent like 6 months playing that fucking game religiously. And I got a lot of, not so much campaign story fucking content, but a lot of the challenges I featured on my page. But it takes a little bit getting used to them. And like they're always fun to go back to, even if you've gotten the highest medals. Like just getting higher scores and shit. Or just to blow off steam, waste time. It was a lot of misconception. Because like this was pre like nowadays, like nobody really trusts gaming journalists, whereas like back at that time, like it wasn't so prevalent. People would easily take their word over like trying something out themselves. And like I think it's complete bullshit that Sony's adamantly opposed to making a sequel to it when it was like I think their third highest selling game ever. Scrap, yeah. But I mean, like most games, friggin' it started off like there were some issues with it, a lot of bugs, but I mean, all of which have been ironed out for the last 2 years. When I played it, I think I only ran into one bug, which was mission orientated. Like I got stuck like in between checkpoints. Like it just wouldn't go any further. But it was easy to fix. All I had to do was just quit out the game, reboot my PlayStation, load it back up, and it was good to go. Other than that, I didn't have a single solitary issue with the game. Which ship is this? No, that's the new one that we picked. Bungus we're keeping, Grundle we're keeping. That's the one you found. Out of respect, I will keep it in the fleet. That one needs to go. But no, I mean, I think the game, if you ought to purchase it outright, should... If it's any more than $20, I would be shocked. Because like I said, it's been on PlayStation Plus. They gave it away free as a monthly 2 years ago? Maybe a little bit longer. Because that's how I initially got it. But it's been on the PlayStation Plus Extra catalog for like the last year and a half. I don't think it's ever going to be taken down because it's an exclusive. But usually when they feature games on there, like if they're in the store, they don't usually go for any higher than $20. Which one? Begin salvage analysis. Indeed. It is an eyeball, because I am Slim. Alright, do we have any of the ships to sell? I don't think so. We're keeping Venom, we're keeping Frank and Beans, we're keeping Bungus. I kind of want to get rid of Grundle Stiltskin, but I've already fitted it with a bunch of good shit, so that's the only reason I'm keeping it. Oh, you have an echolocator in you as well, you motherfucker. And an anomaly detector, you son of a bitch. Tempted to get rid of this. I'm keeping it because I want to have a regular fighter, but I can pretty much guarantee you I'm never going to ride in this fucking thing. It's kind of cool looking. And I like the green. So, it's a toss-up. Yeah, it's like, what, 3 in the fucking morning where you're at? No, wait, it's fucking 1 in the morning where I'm at. It's gonna be like fucking 5 in the morning for you. Jesus Christ. What the fuck are you still doing up? Alright, so it's a toss-up. Do I get rid of this one, or do I get rid of the... Or that. Do I get rid of the solar? The solar I kind of like a little bit more. It's got more detail to it. I like the blue on yellow. Alright, I done sold myself. We're gonna get rid of the fighter. Yeah, it's, insomnia kinda affects up the sleeping schedule. I just have a fucked up sleep schedule to begin with. Like, most people are on a 24-hour. Mine's more like 20 hours. So, like, as the week goes on, my days like cycle further on. Like, what was it? 3 days ago, I woke up at like 10 in the morning. Today, I woke up at 1 in the afternoon. A couple days from now, I'll wake up at like 5 in the afternoon. And it'll just keep cycling around until it circles on back. I've tried to fucking combat it. I've taken medications and shit, but nothing does nothing to fix it. So I just accept it. It is what it is. Yeah, my fucking psychologist is like, oh, you just take your sleeping medication. I'm like, honey, if it was that fucking simple, we wouldn't be here right now. I'm going to extract instead of taking the cash. We don't need money. And we're going to go with the wings because I don't have those yet. There's another thing I'll probably never get around to is creating my own custom ship, but it's there. It's available. Maybe one of these days. I make no promises. Alright. And speaking of, we are going to go to the freighter. Jesus. Toss some of this shit into storage. We'll go to the dissonant planet. Find a Sentinel ship. I will likely go the harmonic camper at this time. Let's see if that's the one. Nope. But now we know we don't have to turn around when we come out. But probably gonna call it when we finish up putting the brain into the Sentinel ship. We will, customarily, as we often do, get you all the portal address. Who said you could park on my fucking ship? Freeloading fuck. Anyhow, I don't think we have any expeditions back. Would you think there's ever going to be a sequel for Days Gone? I can't rule it out, because like I said, it's like their third highest selling game to date. There is a vast outcry for them to make a sequel. I think all it boils down to now is Ben's studio, the developers that made the original one, mending fences with Sony. I mean, they still work with them, but as far as Days Gone go, the guy that like mainly created it, they had a huge falling out, and I'm not sure who outright owns the property. So I think if anything, that's going to be what ties it up from being made a sequel. They disbanded the studio. They didn't disown it. Like they reallocated the developers into I forget what studio, but they basically like absorbed them into like another development company. But they still work with Sony. But the head, I think there was two guys that led Bend Studios. One of them I think still works with Sony. The other one, they had a huge falling out as a result of everything. Because they had begun working on a sequel, and they just pulled the rug out from under them. You know, like, yeah, we're not going forward with that. So, you know, thanks for wasting your time. Sort of thing. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do on the space station. Sell this gig map. But like I said, there's a huge outpouring of desire for it, so they'd be foolish not to. It's just a matter of, like, which direction to go with it. Because, like, I think the biggest complaint that people had, which was more gaming journalists than anything, was the character of Deacon. All he does is bitch, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, the dude survived a zombie fucking apocalypse. If you expect him to be this cheerful fucking gung-ho type of guy, like, that's on fucking you. But I mean, I didn't really see it as being problematic. I figured it was fine. But again, like, gameplay-wise, stellar. Like, fun as fuck. Quite a bit of variety. Decent amount of gunplay. The only thing that I think they could have done more of is had more of a focus on the hordes. Because as far as the campaign goes, they don't really get introduced or, like, become something that you can, like, go in and just fucking tear into until about the halfway point. And since most of the marketing and shit, like, that was the focal point, that kind of left, like, kind of a bad taste in people's mouths. Because it's like, alright, like, you hype this up as this huge fucking thing, and then it's like, it not that it, like, felt like an afterthought, but it was just like, the payoff, like, wasn't, like, instantaneous. So, I mean, they could have, like, had, like, smaller little groups of hordes and then built up to the bigger ones from the get. And that probably wouldn't have even been, like, an issue or a thought. But, like, the way that they ended it, which I don't want to give away too much, but, like, if you get to the true ending, like, you'll see that, like, they ended up kind of on a cliffhanger. So it's like they have something they can jump into with a sequel. It's just a matter of how they can go about it. Like, do they keep it mainly single player based? Do they make it fucking kind of like multiplayer? Do they stick with the same main characters or switch on to like maybe a different area, different set of fucking people, different like perspective? There's plenty of different ways to go about it. It's just a matter of like picking the right one. But I don't know, my fingers are crossed that they'll do the right thing and follow back up with it. I don't see why they shouldn't. No, there's no multiplayer with it. Yeah, everything's single player based. But that was like my whole thing. I'm like, dude, just like make a sequel, have it be like factions and shit. And like make it kind of like how The Walking Dead should have been, where like the zombies are the focal point, but like you could have like faction A, faction B, faction C, and like whoever you want to align with, like you have like a human threat, but you also have like the hordes and all that kind of shit to deal with too. But that leaves the door open for like PvP, cooperation, building settlements and shit like that. Like there's so many different fucking ways to explore it and to expound upon it. Sony exclusive game I enjoyed the most. Definitely a toss-up between the Last of Us franchise and the Horizon franchise. Probably more so Horizon, because it didn't lead to disappointment with its follow-up. Not that The Last of Us 2 was, like, disappointed, it's just some of the story fucking... Like, killing Joel off fucking early on was fucking just absolutely stupid. Especially when the marketing baited that, like, he was gonna be a huge part of it. And then fucking they kill him off within, like, the first couple of hours. And it's like, dude, fuck you. bait and switch bullshit. But gameplay wise, it was fucking stellar. Like taking on fucking the groups of like the WLF, yeah. With like, especially when they introduced the fucking dogs and shit, like that was fucking definitely a step up from the first game. And then, like, I mean, they gave it love. They put detail into it, because, like, they all, what do you call it? The Seraphites, their whistles was, like, a language that they created for the game. And, like, once you learn them, like, you can understand, like, what they're, like, directing the other ones to do. So, I mean, that was a unique touch. But, yeah, some of the story arc was, questionable. Like I said, killing off Joel so early, they could have stretched that out a little bit fucking longer. And then, like, okay, Ellie's on a huge revenge tour, she's killing people left and right, and then suddenly, like, right at the crux of, like, the fucking main battle between her and Abby, it's like, oh, suddenly I feel so differently, uncharacteristically. We'll just let you live. And she turns around and wants to kill her again, and gets the fucking chance, but oh, we'll end in friendship. Fuck. The fuck? But I mean, I can kind of look past all that when I consider the gameplay. And I mean, some of the story was pretty fucking damn good. Gripping and compelling, but like, the bad just totally detracts from the good. But they were like, it's just like they were trying to check boxes that didn't need to be checked. So you can't really like give too much of a pass. Where the fuck is the planet that I'm looking for? This is one of my only gripes, is like try to fucking find the planet sometimes is a little bit difficult. Because like they're probably on the other side of this. That was the other thing I forgot to do when I was on my freighter. Nope, that was not the case. I have a device on there that'll scan the system. Oh goody. I can skip that. But like I said, I think I'd put Horizon over The Last of Us as far as like the best franchise that I've played Sony-wise. Just because none of it has disappointed me. Like both games through and through, like the story was on point. There was nothing that was like really like out of left field or anything. Well, it seemed like it was like purposely shoehorned in just to like check a box. The gameplay is pretty fluid. There's a good variety of weaponry, good variety of like different outfits, and a shit ton to go explore. Well, yeah, no, see, for me, I originally tried to play it, and I wouldn't say, like, it was overwhelming, but it just seemed like it was far too much to undertake when I first started playing it. But then, like, when I went back to it, I don't know what changed, but, like, it captivated me, and I just couldn't fucking turn away from it. So I think it's one of those kind of games where, like, you have to be in the right mood and mindset to appreciate it. Are you the planet we're looking for? I think you might be. No, you're not, son of a bitch. But I like the traversal of Zero Dawn a little bit more than I did in Forbidden West. Aside from the fact that like they gave you the little glider thing in the sequel that wasn't in the first one. And they opened up like underwater exploration a little bit more in the sequel. But I mean, visually, they're both pretty much on par with each other. Alright, maybe I should just go back to the freighter. Oh, what, the thing that you climb up on to open up the map? I don't think you can ride those, but there's birds you can fly. Like you can commandeer them and then call them in whenever you want. They'll like scoop you up and then you can just fly around and shit. That was a nifty touch. But I mean, that's a little later on in the game. I think it's like 3/4 through that you open up that ability. Are you my freighter? That is not my freighter. Where the fuck is my freighter? All the way over there. But I mean, I like the combat trials and shit. Those are fun to do. And they helped you like learn the mechanics and shit as well. And then the second one is like I wouldn't call them mini games, but like I think it was like every faction or like major settlement that you went to, there was like a I forget what they called them, like chieftain or something like that, something in that vein, where like you had to do like a melee fucking trial. Like you weren't allowed to like use your weaponry and shit. You could only use your staff. Because in the first game, melee combat really wasn't. I don't even think it really existed. Like you had like the ability to melee the machines and shit, but like it was like the last resort. Whereas like the secondary, the sequel, they opened up upon it like tenfold. Yeah, no, so like, I mean, I'd say give Forbidden West a shot and see maybe if you like that a little bit more. Because like I said, the melee combat they definitely expanded upon, and some of like the attributes, like the glider they added in, you can fly around on the aerial fucking machines. And the story is a heck of a lot more engaging. I don't want to give anything away, but I think the only thing that would like hold you back is like not knowing like the full story of the first game. But it's I wouldn't say that like it's necessary, because they do a good job of like backtracking and like pretty much like reintroducing everything that happened to lead up to where it's going. Yeah, no, I played that fucking... I want to say I did it in like 3 weeks. Like to 100% it. A couple of things were challenging, but not too much. Like, I think the only thing that really challenged me, like, the fullest was, like, speaking of the melee combat, the trials, the final trial was, like, the last thing to hold me up from getting the platinum. And I wound up spending, like, half a day just trying to beat the fucking bitch. Many curse words were spewed out of my mouth on that day. We need to go up and use the scanner. Which is this away. But I mean, just to get through the story, that wasn't a problem at all. And I think I played it, not on the hardest difficulty, but like... I want to say there's 4 different difficulties. I think we played it on the 3rd highest one. Which wasn't too challenging. It was challenging enough that I knew I wasn't going to fucking go back and play the hardest one. That's what we want to do. There you go. Looking for the dissonant planet. Alright, so we're looking for this one. Bodma. Which should be right next to Cadeli X. Let's see if we can go find that. God of War was alright, but I never got around to Ragnarok. And then when I was thinking about picking it up, I heard a lot of people bitching about it. They fucked up, like, some of the characters. So I was like, yep, we'll wait for that to be on PlayStation Plus. But the first one was fun as shit, except the only thing that I didn't like about it was, they had, like, these Odin birds that you had to go around and collect. And I missed, like, fucking 2 of them. And I'm like, I'm not restarting a new run just to get 2 fucking birds, because I think I was going to have to, like, get all of them again. And I'm like, there's no way in hell. But yeah, getting all the Odin birds and then upgrading the Chaos weapon to its highest form, or like the last 2 trophies I had left, and like I said, I was like, I can't do anymore. They made, I forget her name, began with an A, but like they made her black just to say like they had a black person added to the fucking game. And like a lot of people were up in arms like, fucking that goes against the mythology. It's like, I mean, to me, not really a huge deal. But I was more upset with what they did with Braun, the armorer guy, because he was like my favorite part of the first fucking game. Dude was fucking hilarious. So when I saw that, I was just like, yeah, see, that's gonna kill it for me. Because if they take my favorite part of the game and fucking just absolutely destroy who he is as a character, I'm just gonna walk a fucking way. So I'm like, I don't want to set myself up to be pissed off. But I know for other people, like, the main fucking gripe was just like, they made this chick black, and it's like, but did they change her, like, as who and what she fucking is as a character? No, what the fuck? They put a new skin on it. It's what it is. But like a lot of people gripe about like fucking DEI, diversity, this or that, and it's like I see it, but I don't fucking see it. Like case in point, Spider-Man 2. Bringing in the Death Girl and making you have to play as her for a mission, yeah, off fucking pudding. Having her involved in the story as Miles' girlfriend, what's the problem? So it's kind of like a case-by-case basis. Like, I can kind of understand some of the fucking gripes people have when it comes to that kind of shit, but a lot of it is just like, you're just bitching for the sake of bitching. So, like, pick and choose your battles a little bit better. But, no, when it comes to Brock, I think, and this is only what I've heard, like, and because, like, I heard it, like, I didn't want to look into it and find out, like, it was true. But it's just, like, they made him, like, weaker. They kind of, like, toned down his personality a little bit.
Hostile scan detected.
And nope, that's not what I want. There you go. And I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil it. But how do I put it without fucking spoiling it? Let's just say he doesn't fucking get to see the final credits. And it happened in a very, like, nonsensical way. But I won't say anymore. Yeah, exactly. So when I heard that, I'm just like, no, I don't want to. I would rather leave off the way that I felt from the original God of War instead of fucking. It's kind of like when like a loved one is like, and again, I don't want to say this to trigger anybody that might fucking like listen to it, but. Like, when somebody you've known, like, your whole life, they've always been, like, fit, they've always been, like, just, like, Superman in your eyes and shit, and then, like, they're on their deathbed, weak and frail and shit, like, you don't want to have that be your last memory. Like, you'd rather remember them, like, in their prime and shit. But once you've seen it, you can't unsee it, like, that's how I feel about, like... that with like Brock. It's like, if I don't see it, I don't have to acknowledge that it happened, it's the case, and that they did it. So I'd rather not taint the good memory I have just to fucking see like how they go with like the rest of the story. So like I said, I'm not going to go out of my way and pay for it, but if it happens to make its way to PlayStation Plus and I've got nothing else to play, I'll probably go through it. But I will do so very reluctantly. Alright, why do we keep fucking finding the same god damn planets? We scanned you. We scanned the two blue balls. We scanned this one. Where the fuck are the other two planets? So I keep thinking it's going to be on the opposite side of this big giant bulbous one, but it's not showing me what we're looking for. Alright, I'm gonna just zoom this way. If we don't find it, then whatever. Well, shit. The fuck is this? Hazard containment field. Containment report. Life form stable. Oh shit, alright, I just realized we got an abyssal horror in there. We got another one in there. John. Oh yeah, no, we found that way early on. Alright, so this would lead me to believe that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of these things to come across in our travels. Because these are all things we found. Actually, this... Oh no, that other one that I'm thinking of is gigantic. I don't think it would fit in this fucking thing. It's a giant skull type of thing. But yeah, that's a first. Like I said, I've been playing this for 350 hours and we're still finding new shit, so... This game's got that going for it. But not being able to find the planets I'm looking for is really starting to piss me off. That is a meteor. Like, you would think, these being planets, they wouldn't be so difficult to find. Anyway, let's go this way. There's one. Is it the one we need? Nope. Alright, it's gotta be this one here. If not, I'm done looking. We're moving on. That looks like the right one. Hey, we found it. Now here comes the kick in the dick. There's not going to be a ship on this one. Nope. We have a ship. Yeah, usually when it's small or a moon, there's a 50-50 chance it's not going to have a ship. Further to go. Just want to see what we come across before we get there. Yeah. Building we don't need to stop at. And we've arrived at our destination. So, what I want to do, for anybody that decides to swing on by here, we get you to the communication station. And we leave you a nice cheeky little message. Oh, they're not letting me leave messages. Somebody must have fucking reported me. Or, let's see if fucking, it was just glitching. Oh, they will not, they're not letting me leave messages. Somebody had to fucking report me. You fuckers. somebody take offense to me using a reference to Alyssa Mercanti's OnlyFans page? Who the fuck? Everyone's a critic. I'm gonna make sure on this before I go. Casting disparaging remarks here. I don't think it's gonna let me leave messages. No. Nope. It will not let me leave a message. But they didn't ban me from the game, so I guess that's something. I did not expect you to approach pre-built entity. Yeah, well, I expect you're gonna give me a shitty mission, so let's see. Repair a lost artifact. I was correct. I mean, it could just be a glitch that I'm not able to put up a message. I haven't done anything that's fucking too crass. Collect one inverted mirror, we can do that for you. No, we don't want to abandon it. There you go. But I got kind of cute with those because you can add your own little messages. And I made like a... I think I put down like 13 or 14 of them. And I made like a little fucking weird horror story. There was no obscenities. The language was not bad. But like I said, I made reference to Alyssa Mercanti's OnlyFans page, and I'm sure if fucking word got to her about it, she's the type that would fucking raise a stink. Gamergate 2 and all. Don't dox me now. Collect 4 radiant shards. We can help you out with that. Either way, I don't really give a shit. We're going to be moving on to a new game soon anyway. What's wrong with having fun? Is fun not allowed? Alright, 15 minus 6 would be 9. 26 minus 12 would be 14. And 3 minus 7 would be 4. So let's do the math again. 9, 14, and 4. No. 14 and 9. Hey, I did the right things. Cool. I can't believe it. The other reason why I want to leave off on this planet is when we do pick it up again tomorrow, we will not have to go far. I don't think we can utilize this. Yeah, it's not letting me do anything else with it. I was pretty sure at a previous location we were able to exchange our void motes and craft fucking staffs here, but I'm gonna have to go out of my way to find a crashed freighter or another location where these guys exist, but not like this one, because we're gonna need to use a terminal to craft up staffs, and that is one of the things I want to feature in the next installment. So but to finish off this one, we are gonna go find our ship, which is over yonder. Hopefully it's a cool looking one. It's not gonna surprise me if it's goofy looking. But hell are you talking about? We'll get there, we'll do the harmonic brain bullshit. We'll get a good look at whatever it is that we're about to find here. Then we're gonna get you all your portal glyphs, so if you like what you find, or you like what you see, you can come on down here and claim one for yourself. But with that, we've been going for quite some time. And I could certainly use a fresh coffee and some nicotine, so we're going to be taking a break at least. I don't believe we'll be returning again this evening, so this one actually looks kind of cool. I will definitely be taking that. Now the moment of truth is, what class is it going to be? Oh yeah, we got ourselves a black and white one. These are very few and far between. Oh, I like the details on the wings. That's kind of cool. I don't think it's going to expand or transform any much different than it looks right now, but we'll find out in a second. Ah, it is a B class, alright. I think I'm just going to leave it with the communication ball at the harmonic camp. That way, if there is a better class ship out here, you'll be able to find it a little bit easier. Hang on a second, I gotta load up my YouTube. Normally, I've already got done and good to go, but just let my phone charge. If I move it around, the fucking USB port's fucking going on it. So I didn't want a chance unplugging it. Man, gaming as an adult sucks. I barely have time to play games anymore. Back from work and you're already tired as hell. A game nowadays required a lot of time to spend on. No, exactly. Fucking exactly. I got a buddy, he works, he used to be an EMT, now he works in the ER. Like, he never has fucking time to play. It's like, dude, when you work a 12-hour fucking shift, and you got kids and fucking responsibilities and all that sorts of shit, it's like, when can you find fucking time? And like, that's another thing, like I try to point out, like, it's like, I was playing a game called The Long Dark, and he was interested in getting into it. I'm like, dude, you would hate it. Fucking, I'm like, the game's fun and all, but like, when you have no time, like, you're not gonna be able to do fucking fuck all anything in the game. Where are we going? Did I not activate the brain? Nope. Okay, that would be why. Yeah, like a game like this, with that being a caveat, I would probably steer clear of it, because you're gonna need to invest a lot of time in this game to get anywhere. Like, just to get off the fucking first planet, like, would probably take you a week and a half. Like, going around getting upgrades, getting the ships. I mean, getting the ships and stuff wouldn't be a problem, because they have what's called portals, which I'm going to be getting into in a second. Okay, I just want to grab this too. Oh, I don't have the right tool on. Alright, hang on. So, like, there's ways that, like, and, what do you call it? There's, content creators that just go around making videos. Sweet. That'll, tell you the locations of planets and stuff. Which is basically what I'm doing right now. It's like, I'm going around searching for, like, more of these types of ships. And then usually what I do is I'll put up the portal address. As you've seen, like, I'm putting down what's called communication stations. So when, like, another player comes along, they'll see that pinged on the map and they can just fucking pulse drive right to it. So instead of spending hours on end fucking traveling from system to system to system, you basically just put in the portal address. It'll put you into the system that I'm in right now. And then if you follow the communicator ball, it'll bring you directly either to the camp that sent me to the ship, or if it's like a high class one, I'll have a marker to send you directly to the ship itself. But basically what I'm saying is, like, what's taken me an hour and a half to find, like, it's readily available to, like, it'll take like 15 minutes for somebody to get to, like, going through the portal, and then so on and so forth. So it definitely cuts down on the time. But, like, if I had a fucking full-time job, I would not be doing this right now. I probably would have just said fuck this game a while ago. What the fuck are you? I sees you has a problem. He's got dirt in his eye. But at the same time, I guess the fact that, like, this game is open-ended, like, wouldn't be off-putting. Would that be in the, like, situation? Because it's not like a game where, oh, it takes 100 hours to beat it. Like, that there is no beating it. So it's not like it's like something that's unobtainable or out of reach. Like, it was never obtainable to begin with because there's no ending. So again, I guess it just kind of boils down to, like, what you're looking for. If, like, you just like exploring and that kind of shit, then, you know, I mean, it'd still be a fun game. It would just take you a decent amount of time to, like, get your ships fucking geared up. Because, like, the ship that I'm working with right now, oh yeah, it switched me over to the other one. Yes and no. Like, it's more lore than a story. Like, there's quests and stuff, but once you get, like, where I'm at with it, like, the quests are over and shit, like, because mainly it's, like, these 3 primary missions, but, like, where I'm at with this one now, it's just a continuous loop. There's no more story to it, there's no more lore to it. It's basically, alright, go to this system where they're kind of like space stations, but they're called atlases. You pull into them, you land, you drop down, and instead of, like, really getting any lore, like, it's like wonders and shit, like fucking creatures that you've come across. And that kind of shit. Like, I go in, I turn that over, and they give me, like, currency or nanites or what, I forget what it is. I haven't done it in a fucking week and a half. Because it's just like, this is all we do now? Okay, I'm done. But, like, that's all it becomes at that point. Like, you just keep doing fetch quests, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Hence why it's Atlas Eternal, because it just keeps going and going and going. once you warp out of the first galaxy, then your main mission becomes what this is, New Beginnings, which is the universe is yours to explore. Enjoy the journey. And that's all it's ever going to be for the remainder of the time I spend with the game. So I wouldn't really call that an ending. But like I said, there is no real ending. It's just keep going and exploring planets. There's 15 trillion of them. Fucking, you're never gonna see them all. Have a day. But like, the things to aspire to is like the other like the secondary shit that you can do. Like that camp I was just at. Those like little Johnny Five looking guys. That was a mission that opened up once I came to my second galaxy, which gave me the ability. Oh fuck you, Exosuit! But that gave me the ability to start making these weapons, staffs and shit, which I'm going to be featuring tomorrow when I do another live stream. Because there's a whole bunch of these that you can make, different components and shit you can buy. Which I got a bunch already set on my freighter, all of these. So you have the top piece, the middle piece, and then the handle piece. But you can mix and match multiple different varieties of them. And like the one that I have right now wound up being an A class to start. So what I want to kind of see is like which pieces lead to what and what class you get from them. And try and figure out like what gives you more bang for your buck. But I gotta save up the currency to purchase more of them, which is this shit right here, the void motes. So every time I do a mission for those guys, I get some more currency of this. So I was trying to get like 2 full stacks. Oh yeah, no, that's why I was saying earlier, like, it's gonna be overwhelming at first. Because you don't start off with nearly any of this shit. Like, I think for your technology, you have, like, from these 2 slots over, and then you have to go around and collect upgrades or purchase upgrades on the space stations and shit. But, like, this was 3 weeks of work. Opening all of this stuff, gathering up all of these upgrades, and we're talking like 8 hours a day. So if you've got like a very limited amount of time to play, this is gonna take you a fucking eternity. I'm not gonna lie. The inventory, I think you start off with maybe this much, and then same thing, you go around and just pick up upgrades. There's a couple of different ways to get them. You can purchase them on the space stations. There's another thing called the anomaly, which you can fly in. And then on the planets itself, there's quote-unquote drop pods. So what I've recommended, and what worked best for me, was like, instead of buying them on the space stations and shit, you can pick up these items to buy navigation charts, which are far easier to come by. So I tell people, like, go around, pick up all like the navigation charts, get yourself a good couple of stacks of those, go to the space station, and there's I'm trying to see, it's not in this, and I don't think I have any on here.
Storm clearing.
Hang on, I gotta go back to my other ship. Yeah, so they're items kind of like these. The one that you'll be using is a yellow one, but it's called like Exosuit Upgrade Chart. So when you have these, actually I can utilize this one. So you would hold, if you're on the PlayStation, it's hold down square. I don't know what it is for the other platforms, but you do this, it'll do a sweep of the planet you're on, and it'll pinpoint you to the, like, not the nearest one, but it'll show you where one's located. So basically, get a whole bunch of those stacked up, and then go from drop pod to drop pod to drop pod. Like, just spend like your first day or two doing that. That way you can open up the inventory space in your suit. Because the sooner you can carry a lot more shit, the easier your run's going to become. Like, all this other stuff's going to come in time. And most of it, like, I don't even use, I just have it on hand. It's like, these are for crafting, for repairing, for upgrading. These are all, like, the elements that you find on the planets. Which, again, are used for, like, anywhere from upgrading to refilling your hazard protection, refilling your engines, so on and so forth. It depends. Like, if you're just grinding for ships like I've been doing, it's not hard at fucking all. Like, the only thing that you would have to do is, like, the first time you get to, like, one of these planets, or the first couple of times you get to these kind of planets, just farm these fucking things right here. And then, I don't think we have another one of the type that I'm looking for. But the little machinery I just shot to shit before we flew back here, farm those too. Because they're gonna give you inverted mirrors, and then the things in front of me are radiant shards. So both of these you can use in a couple of different ways. Like right now, I'll throw these in here. Oh, I got more up here anyway. So this is your personal refiner. You unlock that a little later into the run, but once you have this, you can take items like this one. There's quite a few of them. But you just throw them in there. Or, like, at your base, you can have medium or large size refiners. But, like, farm a shit ton of this stuff and just keep throwing in your refiners. Because these things, the nanite clusters, it's another form of currency. Which, you got units, which is basically money, then nanites. This is what you need to upgrade, like, the classes of your ships and your weapons. So one of the tactics that a lot of people use is nanite farming. Which there's multiple different ways to do that. But, like, early on in the game, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's not until you, like, start, like, gathering up ships, getting new weapons and stuff, that you need to really concern yourself with that. But early on, like, first and foremost, it's a matter of, like, opening up your inventory and getting upgrades for your suit, and then for your multi-tool, and, like, your ships and stuff. Which, again, like, a lot of these, like, it's gonna take time to amass a lot of this shit. But, I mean, you can also purchase these with the nanites on the spaceships and stuff, but you can also, you get them in your travels, too. Like, so, I mean, I would just, early on, just, instead of spending nanites at the stores, I'd just go around fucking farming planets and getting them that way. Yeah, there's ground combat. Which is where your multi-tools come into play. They have, like, a couple of different utilizations. First and foremost is, like, mining resources. Secondly is scanning. So any planet you go on, you can scan the wildlife, you can scan the plant life, and you can scan the minerals. So another thing that I suggest early on is getting the scanner upgrades. Because depending on what you get for the stat boosts, you can increase the amount of units you get for your scans. Like, as an example, like this one, I've got a couple of scanner upgrades on here, but so right there I just got 428,000 units for just taking a picture of a fucking animal. Now if I switch over to my other multi-tool, you'll see. Alright, that wasn't a rare one. So for that I got 281,000 units. But if it's a rare creature, no, they're not helping me out here. I'm trying to find one that's going to give me a max amount of units. And of course there's no other fucking unscanned creatures, right? Nope, there we go. If they would pop back up, that would be cool. These ones are going to be difficult because they pop out of the ground. Come on. There we go. Nope, that was another 281. Anyway, maximum amount that I would get on this gun would be like 530,000, I think. So basically, this is my scanner rifle because I don't really have it set up for combat. But you get what's called supercharged slots. So yeah, none of my boosts are not supercharged. So if I pull it out, like we can see, like my flora, I get 10,000% more, minerals 9,000% more, fauna 11,000% more, almost 12,000. When I take it out of there, now it's 8,000, 9,000, and 7,000. So the higher that is, the more money you're going to get per scan. But without any of those, you get like, I think plants are 200 units, wildlife is 500 units. So you want to get those as quick as you can. Because again, the sooner you do, the sooner you're going to be able to make bank. Because fucking 500,000 units a creature, there's usually about 12. Like, do the math, that's 6 million units per planet that you're gonna get for just taking pictures without having to go around farming like trade goods or anything like that. Money's really not that hard to come by in this game though, because that's another reason why I started like doing what I'm doing with these ships, going around and gathering them up. Because if I was to go and scrap this ship, which I'm likely going to do, I would get... Alright, it's not going to show it now. But before you claim it, it'll give you like all the specs, how much it's valued at, what type of ship it is, all that kind of shit. But with these ones, even the lowest class is usually about... I think the lowest I've gotten is 18 million per ship. So if you go around and farm a bunch of these, pretty much in an hour you can get anywhere between 100 million, 150. Sometimes if you find a bunch of good ones, you can get up to 250 million units in an hour. That mixed with scanning and just gathering up fucking items and shit. I mean, very easy to come across money. But the nanites, it's more clutch on trying to get. But like I said, there's a couple of methods in order to just farm it. Like one other one I have, there's an item called curious deposits. They're like little balls of mold. So you go, you hit them with your mining laser. That'll give you what's called runaway mold. Oh no, I can go in here and get it. So as you can see, I've already got like a shit ton stockpiled. So if I go into my freighter, I have large refiners. I have 5 of them. So if I put like a stack in one, like I could do upwards to 5. Each of these stacks is going to give me 2,000 nanites. But it's going to take 20 minutes for it to refine into the nanites. So it's a little bit of a process. But usually, like, when I'm going to go make a coffee and go have a smoke, I'll walk up to my freighter, throw these into the refiner, go outside, and then when I come back, they're done. Like, so instead of sitting around waiting for them, like, it's like set it and forget it. Which is why I have 195,000 fucking nanites right now. Yeah, 20 real-time minutes. But the other thing that you could do, like, at your base, like if you're doing base building and shit, you can have 3 medium refiners and 2 large refiners. Oh, you could get 5 stacks of this, throw it in your refiners, go off, do your building. So while you're off doing that, like, you're not just sitting around waiting for it. You're getting stuff done. But the only problem is if you were to leave the planet and then come back, what you had in your refiners would disappear. So that's why I prefer to use my freighter. Because as long as I stay in the same system that my freighter's in, I can come and go as I please. As long as I don't use the teleporter. Because it won't, like, reload out of it to reload it back in. I can go into my freighter, set up the 5 refiners, take off, go explore the surrounding planets, and then come back whenever I want, and then just collect them. So the planet that I have my farm on, usually I'll pull the freighter in, fill up my 5 refiners on the freighter, go down to the base that I set up, throw in another 5 sets on the refiners at that base, and then go back and forth and just gather up more mold for like the next 20 minutes. And then when I'm done with that, all right, there's 20,000 nanites, and I didn't deplete my stock. Like, whatever I'm refining is going to be replaced. So it's like, it's just an ongoing fucking mill of nanites. The Quicksilver, it'd be easier to go and just show you. Let me see. Yeah, we got this ship, and we're not gonna leave the vicinity. I just gotta go out past the atmosphere. So the Quicksilver, it's a currency, but not really. So this is what's called the anomaly. Once you get off the first planet, it's pretty much when this is going to get introduced. Just wait until I get landed, it'll get quieter. So once you get off the first planet, I think you come into contact with these guys, because they kind of move the main quest along. But the Quicksilver is what you get through doing missions from this thing. So right here, and there is one other way that you can get the Quicksilver, but it's very, very infrequent. Actually, make that 2. One of which I've yet to utilize. There's a way that, like, you can craft it, but it's a fucking process. But this is the main way that you would get it. So you can do 3 of these missions a day, and every weekend there's a mission that you can do to get 1,800 Quicksilver. But with that, you go over to this guy. This is the only vendor that you can do anything with the Quicksilver. So he sells you, not really upgrades, there are some. It's mostly for decoration purposes. But like, you can buy base building upgrades, which is all the decorations and shit. As you can see, there is a shit ton. But you can also buy gestures for your characters. And, like right here, like when I jump up in the jetpack, like I got the green one, but you can buy different colors and stuff. You can buy capes for your characters. These are like title cards and shit. I think they're useless. But yeah, it's more for like decorations and shit. There are some stuff that's worthwhile to have. Like these for your stash ship, they help with some of the stats. Same with the bobbleheads that you can have. But I mean, like, I'm not going out of my way to get any of this other stuff. Like, it's just some of the items for the amount that you got to spend to get them. It just doesn't seem worth it to me. But there is a way to cheat the system, which I'll show you how. So right now you see that I have 4,594 Quicksilver. So I'm gonna buy these 3 items. So right now you see I'm at 2194. Well, what I do is I go to reload restore point. And when it loads back in, we'll go back over to the vendor. And it shouldn't take too much longer. 3, 2, there you go. Alright. And with magic, I have 4,594 Quicksilver. Oh, where the hell is it? Here we go. But now, instead of costing me anything,
Collectible received.
I now own those, and I still have 4,594 Quicksilver. Yes, sir. There's a couple of ways you can cheat the game. This is the only one that I do because it's just so damn hard to come across the Quicksilver to be able to buy these things outright that I just don't give a shit. But there's a couple of other ways where you can cheat the game that I just refuse to do. So with I think it might work with the refiners, or it might be the nutrient processor. But you can pretty much take any item in the game. Let me get down to the ground. It's too much ambient noise. So, I only have one, so I'm not going to be able to replicate what you can do. But what people will do is they'll take this item and go in here. Now, you could put any item you want that you have in your inventory. Well, yeah, it would have to be a refiner, because there's only certain items that you can put into this thing. But with the refiners, basically what you would do is, like, you put this in here, you back out, and you would put another processor on top of it, and you could keep repeating that. And every time you do that, the item that you put inside will duplicate into each and every single one that you put over it. So you would start with one stack of an item, And by doing that, like putting the processor or the refiner on top of it, so you put like 10 refiners on top of each other, you would go from having one stack of that item to having 10 stacks of that item. So just like imagine that with like the most valuable weapon and the most valuable item in the game, which I think we can look at here. Which for me, like what I currently have right now is I have these stasis devices. So a full stack of those values at 312 million units. Now, if I was to use the refiner process, I could take one stack of those and turn them into fucking as many as I wanted to. And with that, I would be able to make fucking like, I think the most you can cut, like until it caps out is like 4.3 billion units. But I mean, like, you could just keep doing that, you would never run out of money. Or like, trying to think of like other items. Like these things, the echolocators. I could put a stack of those in there and then duplicate them. And then instead of having 10, I could have hundreds. And I would never run out or need to go farming for them again. But like I said, like that's a glitch that I refuse to use because that just basically saps all the fun out of the game. It takes away like the need to go do anything. But again, people do it. If you want to, so be it. That's your choice. Like I'm not here to judge, but just for me personally, like no. I don't care enough. But it's doable. But they have like some of the glitches and exploits that people have figured out they have patched, but a lot of them still exist. What the fuck is that? Oh yeah. When I was explaining that, I popped that. Anywho, I'm gonna bring myself to the Harmonic camp. Actually, wait. Yeah, I didn't learn my lesson from the last time. So with the communication balls, I think it only works for other players. I can't see the ones that I drop down because it never shows me where they are, so whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, when I come back tomorrow, I'm probably gonna feature, oh wait. No, that's the same damn thing. I'm probably gonna feature the auto-fade staffs, and most likely go around for more Sentinel ships. That's mainly what I've been doing, but I'm probably gonna start playing another game tomorrow too. Which is pretty similar to this. It's like I was saying to Jamie when he was here. It's not as extensive. Like you don't go around hopping planets and shit. It's mainly just more space combat with like multiple different galaxies. There's a decent amount of ships, so I mean, there's the aspect of collecting different types of ships and upgrading them and shit. That's pretty much on par with this game. But I played the first installment of it, and I recently just picked up the second one, so I want to start going on that. But it's called Everspace 2. Definitely recommend the first one, and probably going to recommend the second one once we get our hands on it. But that'll be tomorrow. So, to finish up, because I don't think I did it when we went and got the ship, let's get this into the wonders. It was a white ship, so we'll go with whitey. Hopefully that's not racist. I'm white, so I guess I can say that. Anywho, I'm digressing. So if you happen to see the ship that we collected here and you want to get it yourself, here is the old portal address. And it is as follows. we got the battleship, so that would be glyph number 7, followed by the moon over the waves, glyph number 1, followed by the galaxy spiral, that's glyph number 10, followed by the Loch Ness Monster, which is glyph number 4. After that, we've got the Triforce, which would be glyph number 16, followed by the rocket ship, which is glyph 14. After that, we get the hot air balloon, that would be glyph number 6, followed by another rocket ship, which is glyph 14 again. And we get the birdie, which is number 2, followed by another Loch Ness Monster at number 4. Another moon over the waves, glyph number 1. And finally, the bug, which is glyph number 8. And as we mentioned, there is a communication station ready and waiting for you if you do arrive at the Harmonic Camp. And hopefully you'll be much luckier than us, as we only found a B class, but perhaps you'll get an A or an S. Anywho, we've been going for a while. Jesus Christ, it's 3 in the morning. Alright, we are gonna fucking end it here. But you got a couple of ships. We made a little bit of progress. A lot of explanations for all you newbies. But, yep. That's gonna do it for this one. So, for... I'm probably gonna butcher this, but Asakor? Asakor? Anywho, sure it's close. For Jamie, who is with us, but it's 7 a.m. over in UK, so he left us, understandably. And for whoever else we got in the live chat, how you doing? But for all those folks and more, the ones that came and went, and the ones that, hey, God bless you, make it to the sound of my voice in the future, thank y'all for watching. As always, we appreciate and value your viewership and support of the channel. And hopefully, we'll catch y'all on the next one. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. here, so we got a 12-hour difference, my friend. You are definitely a ways away. Anywho, that's gonna do it. This is Slammy, signing off. Till next time. Peace, y'all.